what? Alright, so we gotta stop. The audio wasn't working. Alright, so we gotta go. Hey everybody, we are actually
well, I've been sitting here on the dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends now, I'm okay. It's Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and her too. No telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're seeing a little higher gusts.
More than a million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
trying to keep the camera from getting wet.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
All right. Look at that, no technical difficulties. It looked like I might have had a technical difficulty, but I did not have a technical difficulty, so there we go. That's good morning to everybody. My computer did a reboot this morning. It's always scary when you wake up and your computer's in rebooted overnight. But apparently I had to reset my defaults from my microphone. So, hey, we're good. We're streaming. We're live. It's Friday. Happy Friday. TGIF, everybody. This Hunter's Day. It's a little Hunter. Hope everybody's doing great. We have a little bit of Tropics to talk about. Thanks for all the stars. Yes, yes, yes. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Soon to be IG. So, good morning, everybody. Kitchen, good morning. Hope everybody's ready for the weekend. It's a little wet out there. Hunter, why do you always fall asleep when I do my lives? Wake up. It's not that boring. You're not setting a good example. All right, so we're going to say hello for a few minutes. It's what we do. This is the Daily Brew. We're coming to you live from Oldsmar, Florida. It's my hometown, home of Mike's weather page, and great little city at the top of the bay, sandwiched between Tampa Bay and Clearwater. Back in the olden days, back in 1921, we had a big bad hurricane that leveled our city. It was founded by R.E. Olds, which was the founder of Oldsmobile, and he scooted out of town after the 1921 hurricane. But at the time, it was the only way to get down to southern Pinellas County because we didn't have any bridges. So Oldsmar was a cool little community. It was like a little stop on the way, a little kind of western town, and we still got our downtown, and it's cool. Got a cool little history. It was the gateway between Tampa and St. Pete. There's your little history lesson for the day. Yeah, Hunter's sleepy today. So there you go. So this is a Daily Brew. We talk tropics and weather and everything else. It's long, so if you want, I try to do these little 1-minute videos now. I've been doing quickies, but just have patience. We'll get to the weather here in a minute. Got a lot of great fans from around the world. There's our friend Bobby. What's up, Marie? Joel? Anything spinning or straws into cocktails? Birthday party for your birthday. Who's that? Whose birthday is that? I didn't see the post. There's a lot of people posting. I didn't see it. Well, good morning, whoever's 40. Good morning, Doug Federman, Patricia Ramsey. What's happening? We got YouTube, Richard Reamer. What's up, Richard? John Tiffany, James Gibson, Karen Smith, Polk City. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, so let's get into it. So it is Friday, and if you live in Florida, we highly recommend visiting one of our biggest supporters. That's ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Not only do they serve ice and water and chips and salsa, they got the best chips and salsa aisle. I swear, every time we go to ABC, I must load up on every style. They have that old Florida, I think it's old Florida, something like that. They got the best salsa and the best chips. I'm warning you right now. If you're a chips and salsa kind of person, then check out ABC because it's really good. So let's pull this up, and then we'll a couple more little things we're going to talk about, and then we'll get right into it. Here's our tropical map for this morning. We got this little circle to talk about. That's about it. Invest 97 fizzled away. So this is what we're going to talk about. Nothing to worry about. There's no big hyping going on. I hope not. But Texas rains are incoming. 59 in Pennsylvania. Sue Thomas. Wait till you see the temperatures tomorrow morning. We got a rare August cold front. I have to make sure it's August. It's August 12th. Can you believe it? Almost peak of season. We're less than 1 month from the peak of season. Don't forget, Dale, we're tailgating Sunday. Anybody going to the Rays game, we are at the western side of the stadium at this meat place that it's a Rays parking lot, but it's like our little secret spot. And it's right across from the stadium, a stone throw. So if you come on by and have a beer. So I told everybody, then we'll go right to the tropics. But every day, we usually share something. I went to the P.O. box. We had a lot of cool things. I told everybody I'd share something. Very nice letter written to me. And J.E. McBee wrote me a nice letter, and he sent me his book. So thank you. It's about a boater, Gulf of Mexico. So it's got a boating kind of weather theme, Florida coast. Talk about after Hurricane Irma. So, yeah, I don't really read books, but I think I'm going to take this one on our next trip. It sounds pretty cool. It's Florida. But anyway, thank you for the nice letter, and appreciate it for the book. So you book readers out there, give the guy support because he took the time to mail me a nice letter and book. That was cool. So that was really neato. All right. Good morning, Ann Peterson. So, yeah, we'll be at the upper deck. Hurricane prep links, yes. Oh, can I show the hurricane prep links on the website, please, for TikTok? Yeah, I don't know how to show it all on TikTok, though. I have to point to it, I guess. I'll look at it here in a second. I got my phone locked up. We'll definitely show it on TikTok. All right, so here's our spot. Let's jump right into it. I know a lot of people are anxious a little bit. Here's the Gulf of Mexico. So it's been juicy, very juicy. That's right. It's a good cruise book. Kathy Motes, good morning. So we got a frontal line. And yeah, they whipped out the crayons. Here is the crayons. We haven't had crayons in so long. I forgot what they look like. But here you go. We had official NHC crayon alert this morning. Yellow crayons. So, how about that? We got it going on. So, lingering fronts. All right, so we talk a lot about this. These frontal lines this time of year can slowly decay. I hate that word. It reminds me of the dentist. And it reminds me of the dentist. I don't like the dentist. But these little lines can decay once the shear starts to relax. And we shared a lot about it yesterday. We were really talking more yesterday, ironically. Really wasn't talking about the Gulf. We're kind of talking about the same scenario here later, midweek next week. So a little surprise here. So 10%, nothing to get all worked up about. The NHC says this, slow to occur development, regardless of development, heavy rains along portions of the Texas coast through the weekend. So, but remember how Colin started, right? Colin showed a little vorticity, and we were looking at it, and we're like, huh. So let's go to tropical tidbits, and I'm kind of seeing almost the same scenario here with this little guy. Colin, kind of sneaky little system, but you're kind of seeing it. This is your vorticity map, and all of them are showing a little rotation here through the week. This is Saturday. This is not really organized. However, it does show a little spinach going into Texas. This is your wind barbs. You kind of see the lower level spin. So the Euro's kind of showing a little bit of spin. Again, nothing to worry about. The last few runs, it's been pretty consistent. Canadian model showing a little spin here coming up into Texas. Its timing would be Saturday into Sunday. And we're still watching next week, very broad low here. We're going to talk about New England later, but we don't have as many people watching up there. But there is still that chance this other front can bring some much needed rain toward the middle to the end of the week next week. But we're going to talk about the Gulf right now. The thing that we have to watch with these, there's still a little sign, we could see a little spinach there coming up. There it is on the Euro. So that's still on the plate. New England rains from our front. This is next Wednesday, Thursday. But again, there it is, 2008. So let's focus on the Gulf. All right, HRRR, great model. So this is what I've learned over the years. These mesoscale bottles, they call them, are very good about picking out homegrown little systems. And sometimes they don't necessarily show up on the bigger operational model runs, but this HRR is really good. This is tomorrow. Now you can start to see rotation Saturday, tomorrow morning off the coast of Texas. So this is the spot to watch. I was surprised we didn't get a yellow circle overnight, but we didn't. We do now, but there you go. 1,012 millibar. Listen, that's barely anything tropical. The big thing we're talking about is rain at this point. But the thing I will say is that the water temperatures are very hot, and we have, good heat potential in the Gulf. We have loop currents in the Gulf, which help things get going. A little bit of heat over here on the Texas coast, a little bit. I guess not as much as I thought. But the Gulf's warm. Gulf's warmer than normal right now, a little bit. This is your anomaly map. So, it could spin up into a little something. So that would be my big surprise would be a last minute spin up. Because remember Colin went from 10% to 80% to Colin in like a 2-hour window. It seemed like. So the HRR really showing rotation. Let's zoom in a little bit more on Texas here. I can get a little bit closer. Some of your ensemble maps are barely showing it. It is showing, however, on our colored map here. I posted this one earlier. This is your probability map for tropical depression, but we never had any colors this dark. We might have had a light 5 to 10%. Now we're actually at 30%. So even the Euro is starting to predict a little bit more chance that we could have some spin up through the weekend. Again, that's only tropical depression. We're not seeing any tropical storm percentages. So again, it's nothing strong to worry about. And then since we're at this map, let's talk about midweek. Midweek, again, there's that little spot here coming off that we might have a shot at something through the week. There it is. So this is the other side of the front here that we might be able to see a little something pop up that might bring some rain to the New England area later in the week, next week. So there's that one. Let's take a look at GFS ensembles, see if there's anything sticking out on that one for the Gulf of Mexico, which we're watching from our old decaying frontal. Oh, we got a new we got a new couple variables here. All right, cool. Look at that, almost nothing. So, but strong ensemble support through the week next week that we could have a little something spin up off of the East Coast, possibly. Again, that's what we talked a lot about yesterday. This little guy, a little low coming off of here, maybe bringing some rains here, and then eventually affecting maybe Nova Scotia, Newfoundland. Did my buddy from Appalachians watch me on Twitter? They gave me a pronunciation on Appalachians. So anyway, let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, so rain. Let me just back up here. Remember, I post a lot of stuff in the mornings. Pretty much, I try to do a whole synopsis of where's my rain map at. Why is it not on there? Huh. I thought I did. Well, we'll just go get it right now. Let's pull up the latest Texas rains at least, and then we'll chit chat for a minute, see what everybody's talking about. So let me go to Texas here and kind of show you what's happening. This is rainfall through Wednesday. I guess we'll just leave it up here to Wednesday. But it's good news, right? Everybody's wanting rain in Texas. So here's what we could be getting this week. So there you go. This is a blend of all models. National Weather Service kind of uses something like this. It puts all the models together to get the best output. And there you go. So that's what we could be looking at. I mean, the highest rain, 2-3 inches. You can have rain training. But that's a big chunk of the lower part of Texas there that could get some rain. This is, the core of it looks like it's going to be more the southern part later Saturday into early Sunday. So it'll be interesting to watch. Last minute little spin ups, very, 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 very common. And cheers to that. Cheers to Louie. We'll whip out the old Mathnasium cup for Monday. So anyway. All right, the moon. I did see the moon, Ruby, last night. Holy moly, coming home, looking off to the east. Very intense moon. How come when you try to take a picture of the moon, it never looks like your eyeballs? Like the moon is like this, and then you take a picture and it's like a little pinpoint. One time I took a piece of bologna, remember that a few years ago, and I threw it on the screen. And I said, look at the pink moon. And it was a picture of the bologna. Rhonda got 2.5 inches in Pasadena, Texas. Yeah, how about that? What's up, Trent Hogg? Variables? Maria, I don't know. The Gulf isn't the ocean, I guess. I get the same thing. It's connected to the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. There's probably a speck of water from the Atlantic Ocean in there. I would think it's all one, right? It's like your bloodstream in your body, right? Your arm blood is not the same as your leg blood. But eventually it all meets in the middle. Lena, the Panhandle, no, the only thing the Panhandle is getting is rains today, pretty much, and it's going to drift down south. So, all right. Moon pictures are impossible. So when you see a moon driving in your car, you want to take a picture of it and you want to share it to all your friends. You're like, oh my God, look at the size of the moon. You take the picture and it looks like a little spot on your windshield. Why are camera lenses the same as your eyeballs? I don't really understand. I mean, what I'm seeing here, you would think the picture would capture, but it doesn't. All right, so there you go. There's that. So the story of the day is lingering front. Again, here's another radar shot. This is a frontal line. We got a lot of rain in eastern Carolina going on right now into South Carolina. We're going to have rains across the Panhandle again. We got rains just exiting Pensacola now, heading a little bit. This is a frontal line. It's pushing south. Been showing this. We got a double whammy front coming down. This is the second little push coming down right now that's pushing out the initial front. Here's a look at it. So here's kind of what we were dealing with the last couple of days. But now here's this next front that's pushing it down. And what we're seeing, tails of fronts, right? There it is. And what this push is going to do, it's going to kind of bubble our front a little bit like this, and it's going to leave behind a little bit of energy here in the Gulf, and that's going to have a brief little window to spin up and possibly be a little something. So I really think, just from watching history, watching these mesoscale models, I can definitely see a last second spin up tomorrow. Watching radar, just like we did with Colin, wouldn't surprise me if we see a surprise little system pop up south of Houston going into the lower part of Texas. So, and then like I said, during the week, we're going to see what happens here. We're going to have equal shot from this frontal line here. Next week, we're going to see later in the week possible rains from the same frontal line. So, All right, what else we got to look at on this Texas front? So we got 10% mark. Gulf is extra juicy. Let's zoom in on the Gulf of Mexico right now. There's a lot of precipitable water out there. Not a lot of dry air in the Gulf, so it's got plenty of moisture to work with. Here's the current look. This is pretty much no dry air in the Gulf. This is all juice. A little bit of frontal line coming down. You can see the yellow coming down. So parts of Texas are already starting to see the front. I'm sure it's crystal clear blue skies in parts of Texas right now. But there's your juice. Gulf's got a lot of moisture. Shear maps are showing, it's pretty calm right here. Light right now. Light shear a little bit. Saw this yesterday. Shear map in the Gulf here. Eastern Gulf. It's kind of hard to see on this map, but overall, this is kind of where we're watching, and kind of light shear. So it's not going to have the worst conditions on the planet for development. Not expecting any vorticity right now. Well, you got a little bit, I guess, right now. Lower Louisiana. That's interesting. So we get a little bit of low pressure spin. That's interesting. 500 millibar spin. Got a little bit too. Look at that. Wow, that's interesting. Interesting. It might be happening already. Let's see. All right, so let's take a look here. I love this map. No school. We can look at 850 here. We'll see a little bit of spin there. There it is right here, Louisiana, right on the coast. See it? There you go. Frontal line. There's your spin. 500 millibar. It's going to be displaced a little bit. So it's pretty much obviously two different low pressure spots. 700 will probably be in the middle somewhere. There it is. So we got 850, 700, 500. So it's it's very broad, but it's got the seed, it's got the juice. It takes time, but these things happen. So there you go. Let's zoom in a little bit more on the latest HRRR. I love to look at these models. We'll look at the NAM model next. See if we're actually going to have a shot at Danielle forming for Texas. Most of this rain is through the weekend. As a matter of fact, let's show you rain maps real quick, because it's really, we're nearing the weekend. Everybody's on the East Coast, Florida. Everybody's affected by this frontal line right now. So let's look at that first. So let's see right here. All right, so here you go. This is let's do 24 hours. Let's do 6-hour rainfall. All right, so here is. Looking forward. All right, so here is overnight tonight. So pretty much tonight and tomorrow, late this evening into overnight, we got most light rain across the upper Gulf. The heaviest rain on the South Carolina, that we're kind of seeing that now. So there's your heaviest rain this evening into tonight. Tomorrow, you can start to see the rains really inching up here along the Texas coast. Let's just go to 24 hours, a little easier. I don't think we've got the latest run yet on 24 hour. No, we didn't. So let's just go back to 6 hour and make sure we're on the latest one, 13Z. Okay, so all right. So Saturday rains. You can see the little frontal line here across the Florida Peninsula up on the East Coast a little bit. So nothing really standing out too much. Saturday evening, we're starting to see more rains along Texas tomorrow night. It's really not a good map for what I was trying to do here. This is Saturday night. There's your heavy rain. I don't really like this map at all. It didn't really do what I wanted it to do. I don't like that one. Let's look at our faithful 1 to 7 dayer. I've never used that 24-hour map. It's not really good to use. I didn't like it. I didn't like it a lot. All right. So here is today. Let's go into. All right. Here's the rains today. This is a little more makes sense. This is where we can see the heaviest amount of rains today. This is Texas all the way to the Carolina coast. These are your rains throughout the day today. There's our frontal line coming in. Heaviest concentration, darker green. Tomorrow, it's almost the exact same. Our front dips down a little bit more. Heaviest rains in the upper part of the Florida Peninsula and the upper Gulf along the Texas coast again. Sunday rains pushes through Florida and start to lighten up on the Gulf Coast. This is our front starting to dip a little bit on Sunday. Really nice along the southeast mid-Atlantic. So really what's left of our front is going to be concentrated here on Sunday. Numerous showers for the peninsula, and our front gets that last minute push, kind of bows out, and we'll see if anything here gets cooking between Saturday and Sunday. And then on the following week now, this is what happens. Check this out. So here we go. We got this another front coming. We got the little pressure here. This is all going to combine possibly for the East Coast, New England area. This is Tuesday, and we're still seeing signs we could see some rain here middle week to next weekend. So they definitely need it. This is Thursday. You know, a little low pressure, kind of like a little nor'easter almost. Frontal line, that's kind of what nor'easters are. So we'll see if that forms into anything on the East Coast later in the week next week. But if anything, it's just going to be rain for the Northeast. So that is still in play. All right, so we got that. Let's flip on this whole map here, and we'll slow down a little bit. I wish this map included Texas. It doesn't, though. Bummer. Katie's Garden's excited. What's up, Pam? Florin Parrish, good morning. I don't know, Florin. We might make a bet. Let's make a friendly bet. I've seen these last second little spin-ups here along the Gulf waters, man, when the waters are hot like that. So, never know. The effects aren't going to be there. So, bottom line is this. It doesn't matter if it's TD, TS, or nothing. Won't be a hurricane, I don't think. I never say never in the tropics, but likely very, 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 very unlikely. Bruce, there is a weak surface. Yep, that's going to drift towards Texas. Carl, you got some rain coming, bud. Dashed lines are just old. Where's the map at? We got a lot of dashed lines. Used to be the 540 line. These are basically just pressure, high pressure, low pressure, upper gradients, 570, 564. Kind of your temperature lines. Like the 540 line used to be what we looked at for cold weather, for that crossover moisture with cold versus hot. So in the wintertime, you'll see this 540 line, and that's usually your temperature. It's usually a temperature gradient line, the red. These are all old frontal boundaries, the yellow. And it's going to be cool. You know, I shared that a lot. Let's not talk about that too much, but it is interesting. We got a lot of folks that watch this. I don't want to leave them out, but this has been on the plate. This is tomorrow morning. Look at that. Rare cold front coming through August right now. 50s and low 40s possibly in the upper elevations of the mountains. We got low 60s for a lot of the folks in the Carolinas. Of course, 40s and 50s in Virginia northward. I don't know about that. What do you think about that? Why do you have some 30s in New York and upper Pennsylvania this weekend? 30s in August? Are you crazy? Is that kidding me? Tell me about it. Right. Never say never. Highly unlikely. Correct. I do like the 24-hour Lacera Larkins, yes, because the 6-hour you don't really. You see smaller accumulations. You don't really get a bigger picture with the hourly ones. 24-hour just kind of puts it in a nutshell. I think the concentrations, you know, it's just easier to see. The higher areas that could get the heaviest rains versus the lighter stuff's really hard to figure out because it doesn't really paint the whole picture, I guess. I don't know. Hey, Chris, good morning. Anybody going Talladega? There's a small chance I might be going to Daytona if there's no tropics. I haven't been to Daytona since they've switched the date from July 4th. I'm totally not excited about going over there in the end of August, especially if there's anything in the tropics brewing. So I'm just kind of have to wait. I hate it. I might have to eat the ticket. But if anybody's going to Daytona, I'm putting the word out there now. We haven't missed a Daytona in a lot of years. They're doing yard maintenance here, by the way. Hey, Karen. Good morning. Tropics on the big picture. All right, let's look at our friends everywhere. All right, so there you go. Let's look at rainfall one more time, just to give you an idea. This front's going to pass through the next 2 days. Just kind of give you a picture of what's happening. For that, daily rainfall totals, day one. Here you go. Heaviest rains today. There's our frontal line. You can faintly see it. Carolina to Texas. This is Wednesday. Wait a minute. They haven't updated. That didn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. It's not even including Texas. They haven't updated this yet. Why is it not updated? Yesterday, remember they were having, now the 12Z is. Remember yesterday they were having issues. Now it's all messed up. They were having issues yesterday with their website. There we go. Okay, this is more like it. Had to refresh. I don't know why I had to refresh. I wasn't on it yesterday. But anyway, here's your data. Here's your rainfall from to the Friday morning to Saturday morning. Heaviest rains along the Carolina coast. This is that frontal line. So Texas is going to get a bunch of rain again today. Tomorrow rains. There's our whatever coming into middle southern Texas. Some rains across upper peninsula of Florida. This is pretty much making sense, right? The highest concentration of rains tomorrow are here Saturday. Sunday, we're going to see that drift back down into Florida, and there's leftovers from whatever is in the Gulf on Sunday, and Florida's going to be rainy on Sunday, but very nice everywhere else because that front pushed through. So you get the idea. Heaviest rains for the Carolinas today. It starts to lighten up tomorrow. Sunday's going to be beautiful for everybody, pretty much Panhandle, Upper Gulf North. We're going to see cooler temps, drier air Sunday. It's going to feel a little bit like fall in August. Fall in August. All right, big picture again. Let's go flip it over here to the water vapor loop. I love the water vapor loop. All right, so what the heck is going on? Dry air. This is leftover 97 somewhere in here. All this dry air. That's not really what I wanted to draw. All this dry air has impacted 97, obviously. A lot of strong upper level winds to come. So 97 lost its little chance for development, and it's nothing. There is a wave behind it. This one came off yesterday. There's another wave of Africa. None of these are being mentioned by the NHC. So for the moment, nothing to worry about. There is another big dry. Come on, internet. I hiccuped. It was me. Come on, hang on, internet. You can do it. You can do it, Forrest. You can do it. I'm watching my internet connection. It's trying. Come on, Forrest. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, no, I'm back to red. 3,000. Oh, now I'm up again, 4,000. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. You can do it. Drink a Red Bull. I'm back. The internet hiccuped. Oh. Hadn't happened in a long time. We never lost power or internet during Irma. Can you believe it? I'm not freezing. Everybody. So I talk about it being cold and everybody's freezing now. Oh, I'm back. Cheers. So again, I don't know who sent me this Red Bull. I got a nice large case of Red Bull sugar-free. So a couple years ago, well, I still got a little coffee left. A couple years ago it was Mountain Dews. Now it's Red Bull. TikTok couldn't have froze up because I'm streaming live on my phone. Oh no, the phone's probably connected to the internet too. So anyway, so we were talking about this Africa map, and we're talking about the Atlantic now. So tropics. Listen, last night I did a tropical update. I did my little 1-minute videos. Make sure you check them out. I do these little 1-minute videos. They're really lame, but for some reason I get a lot more people liking them. I don't show maps. I just talk. It's 1 minute long. Hey, look at Ashley over there on YouTube. Just sent $10. The moon looks smaller in pics because it's actually sized compared to your eyes that are referencing background objects low in the sky to trick your mind into thinking the moon is larger than it is. I'll take your word on it, Ashley. Becknell, is that right? Appreciate your support over on YouTube, by the way. Thank you. I'll look into that. That's interesting. But that was nice of you. Thank you. The landscaper. You know, David Bear here, I was very worried about that because Spectrum runs the coax line. And I've had to, in the past, the coax eventually gets eroded. So in the past, I ran a direct line of coax to the Spectrum box to the house. Got to do what you got to do. So So in a nutshell, like I said, these little 1-minute videos are pretty cool. Here's my little nutshell where we're at in the tropics right now. Tropics are quiet. We're less than 1 month away from the peak of season. There is good chance that we could see a brief window for something in the Gulf to spin up into maybe a tropical depression, tropical storm even for central lower Texas tomorrow from an old front. Nothing showing up strong, but a rainmaker, yes. And sometimes these could be some squall lines off the Gulf of Mexico when they rotate counterclockwise, counterclockwise to the north side of the center. Could be some storms. Even if this thing goes middle Texas, that means storms up into, Houston area and stuff. So tomorrow could be kind of tricky with the weather. If we do get a little developing system last second, you get some stronger squalls into Texas tomorrow. There is an outside chance that the same frontal line could do a weak broad low pressure for the upper northeast next week. Then all our eyes are on the tropics. So currently we have a lot of stuff going on here. We got this wave behind, I think that might be 97. This wave's behind 97. This is just came off Africa. We got other stuff off of Africa. So why aren't these doing anything? That's the number one question on everybody's mind. This is the time of the year that these should be doing something. Well, currently, dusty, dry air, the Saharan air layer, is not cooperating. And let me show you what's going on. What's going on? Let me go to our current look. So here's our current look right here. So here is, I can't tell if this is 97 or not. It's 97 somewhere here. I don't know. But this healthy wave that just came off of Africa, this little guy, right there. When you go back and look at the dust map, or the image I just had up, which I can't find now. Or is it? Well, I don't even know what I'm looking at now. Let me close some windows out. I just had a brain fart. Where did you go, brain? I gotta close these windows out. I got too many X's and O's. The African map. That's what I want to look at. Man, I had old age just set in. All right, so this is a pretty good looking healthy wave coming in off of Africa. But look at this. This is coming in hot. This is dusty, dry air, and definitely a big. This is it right here. Big obstacle to overcome. Not only is it to the north, it's also ahead of it. So all this dry air likely will get wrapped into this and prevent any development. So that's where we're at. Whether or not that dust lightens up in dry air, and then, like I said, we got these other waves coming out from Africa. This is a pretty healthy looking one. This one's really juicy. I got another map here you can kind of see on the map. This one's a little more but we got this one, we got this one, we got this one. We even got some action coming in over here. So some of your biggest forecasters and big dogs in the hurricane world brought up some really good points, and it brought back memories to me. I've seen it. Tropics can sometimes just switch, like a light switch goes off sometimes. And I think everybody's a little worried that could happen because everybody's kind of in a lull right now, wondering, the season's not really performing as expected. We've seen it in years past where all of a sudden it's just like, okay, the atmosphere wakes up, I don't know much about it. Trust me, I do know a lot, but I do know that it was supposed to be more active. And every model and most every big dog in the world predicted it to be more active at this point. So Mother Nature, man, Mother Nature does what it wants. She does what she wants. It doesn't matter what science tells you. It'll do what it wants. And that's where we're at. Yeah, I would love to show the stream of TikTok. I'm begging TikTok. Actually, let's see if I can find it real quick. I am friends. Let's see here if I can find it real quick. Oh, let's see. I don't want a video. I got to get an image. Ryan Vargas. I guess I can show this one. Check this out. This is kind of neat. Kind of neat to me. All right, so I met Ryan. This is part of that JD Motorsports team that we were on in Atlanta. And he's been sponsored by TikTok for a few races, which is really cool. So I got people on the inside having him reach out for me and say, give that guy a stream key so he can go streaming. So, but that's so cool. You know, I know not everybody likes it. I'm not getting into all that. I like it a lot. And I think it's pretty cool that they're a big part of NASCAR. So there you go. Hawaii. Look at Hawaii. Look at a little storm. I think it's south of Hawaii. Is it? Or no, it's over. Where's Hawaii? Oh, yeah, south of Hawaii. So there's a little storm. A little bit of action for Hawaii from, what is that actually, by the way? Let's go to Pacific real quick. Ha! Hey, Greg, were you listening to me? I just got a text from JD. That was a cool looking car. Yes, it was, Shelly Ross. Let's see. For James Ford Reader's Digest. I know, and I feel so. Here's my story too, by the way. Then we're gonna we'll look at some long range dusts next. But remember, since I'm under scrutiny because I'm on camera, I have a 24-hour rule on T-shirts. Right now, you remember yesterday, I did my live. I had a Mike's Weather Page shirt on. Took a shower around 7 o'clock, put on my Pineapple Willie shirt. Only wore it like 3 hours last night. So technically, this shirt is not more than 5 hours old. So somebody's going to say, he wore that shirt last night. I did, but it's not 24 hours old. I have a 24-hour-old shirt policy. Twitch is next, Dale. Oh my gosh, I can barely keep up with anything. All right, so we got a good coverage. Somebody said, "What the heck are they doing? Why are they growing mushrooms?" Somebody posted this the other day, like, "What about the mushroom in the middle of the country?" And dumb me Googled mushrooms in the middle of the country, and I got nothing. And then I realized they was referring to the red mushroom. We got excessive heat coming back, 8/16/18 here from Lower Texas and Louisiana. Excessive heat is in red. So enjoy this little cold front. Here's that heavy rain. Hey, look at this. They're actually talking about it now. Hey, I got support. We've been talking about this for a few days now. Look at that. It looks like a person. Ah. Hi. Let's give him some hair. But anyway, there's a heavy rain. This is a long range forecast. Been talking a lot about this frontal line. It's going to back up with another frontal line and hopefully put some moisture for the Northeast. They are under a pretty rough drought right now. Here's the latest. This came out this week, and you can see it for the New England areas. Very red, extreme drought here. And orange is severe drought. So a big chunk of the Northeast here needing that rain that's coming. So good news for that. All right, let's look at why didn't I get my email back yet from my shop gear? Nope. Damn it. All right, so we'll look at the dust here real quick. So again, Africa looks juicy. Whether or not we get anything out of it, we'll have to wait and see. Let's look at the future dust maps for the Atlantic Ocean. Then we're going to really go into Texas after this. Promise. I'm curious. Yeah, I get it, Danny. But the thing is, he's got 500,000 followers on over there at TikTok too. So I'm thinking maybe he might just know something. If anything, maybe know something to help me. It's very random. I heard on the stream keys who they give them to. It's not really any rhyme or reason. Could happen any day. So here is your dust forecast. We are looking at today. There's that big plume. And we know there's some waves coming. These dust maps are not always the best. But, here's the 18th. This is 6 days from now. Could be a little window. We talked about this yesterday. Could be a little window here. This is 6 days from now. So there's a little window of light dust. Could be another plume coming off in 10 days. So very tricky, these dust maps. But I will say this, looking at the long range Tropics Outlook map, and we do see red here. This is again, you got to read the map. This is moderate chance of tropical formation. But I also noticed yellow here across Africa, and yellow is low rainfall in Africa. So a lot of this dusty dry air is because the strong winds that blow across the Atlantic don't have moisture, because there's no moisture in Africa. So it's tricky. But Africa is a little drier than normal right now. And it has to be a big reason that we're not seeing a lot of juice out in the Atlantic sticking, because there's dry air. It's got to be. Africa controls things. As far as MJO goes, we've been in this pretty favorable little cycle here. This is going to run all the way through the middle part of September. So those conditions are favorable for development. No really suppressed action for the next few weeks. So that's one favorable condition tropics need. It really comes down to dusty dry air. And dry air is not very popular with tropics. This is a great map here on Bay News 9. Mike Clegg, friend of mine. And you can see this on his site. This is Tropical Intensity Index. Green is highly unfavorable. Red, highly favorable. So you notice the Gulf is favorable. The Atlantic is not. A lot of that is the dry air that's being pushed and just keeping these waves just weak and west. So there's that. What else can we chit chat about? I plugged in my generator 24 hours. You guys are laughing about that. Yeah, now we got silence. Hey, Alexis. Lawn crew is here. Hey, I'm just happy the lawn guy. I officially figured I was old the day that I had to get lawn service. Best $20 a week I think I ever spent in my life. Just takes him 30 minutes, takes me 4 hours. I don't know. But so the cool thing is, so we talked a lot about this. Like I opened up my generator. Let's see. Oh man, now it's sticking. Let me see if I can find the picture instead. Hold on. I had it bookmarked. I can't pull it up there either. I really don't have it anywhere. Oh well. Anyway, I'll share it. I shared it in our little brew crew thing. Had a picture showing it. Do I have another picture? I don't have another picture. Where else did I share it? On my phone, but I can't use it. So, but anyway, all right. So I opened up my 0E Furman last night. I'm trying to find a cool picture of it. They have some really cool literature on it here. So there, I'll just leave it right there. All right. So here's my first impression. Everybody knows I love electronic toys. This is the Mac Daddy of power. Okay? I plugged a fan into it last night that I wanted to take to the dugout, and it ran probably 12 hours. So that is perfect. Love that. It's got a countdown digital screen to tell you how many hours are left based on the wattage that you're using. I found that to be really awesome. I got a power bank on the bottom it just snaps into, so you can have double the capacity. I think you can go up several. It's got six USB ports, 4 plugs, 30 amp plug. Only took an hour to charge 80%, and I'm going to keep it in the back seat of my truck when I go on vacations and Storm Chase because you can plug anything in it. It's phenomenal. So first impression, man, is 10 out of 10. That nobody even asked me to do that. I just love it. It's got nice handles on it. So easy to carry. I love that. It's got a phone charger on the top. You can just throw your phone on it, and a magnetic charger for your phones. That's awesome. So yeah, it just got so many bells and whistles on it. It's just phenomenal. So the cool thing is, like I said, it ran the fan for almost 12 hours. Which the initial thing I want to use it for is the dugouts. You're not allowed to bring any gas generators to softball fields. A, because of noise, and B, because of fumes. And most softball fields don't have power. So you don't have nowhere to plug fans in. You have little battery ones, but that doesn't do the whole dugout. So this is really cool, man. I'm just loving it. So first impression, it's awesome. Packaging was phenomenal. The instructions, first class. Everything Furman does is A plus. So can't wait to show pictures of it. But yeah, then I thought about it. I'm like, this is going to be so cool in the back of my truck, just because. And the cool thing is you can keep it charged with a cigarette lighter, so it's always charged 100%. It's got a cigarette lighter adapter on it, so it'll always stay 100%. And I guess their biggest marketing tool, it's only 40 pounds, Dale. But the coolest marketing thing about it, I didn't really think about it, is items in your home that you want safe. It's like the mega battery backup. So you plug your fridge in it. It's got a 30 amp plug on it. So like you plug the 30 amp fridge in it, then you plug this in the wall. It's always 100%. Power goes out. You got a really good window there that nothing's going to happen. So you don't have to be home to start a generator or anything. You're going to have battery, power your fridge or whatever else you plug in it, which is really ingenious, really, because some people have meat coolers in the garage, and keep it charged 100% all the time and plug your meat cooler in it, and guess what? The power goes out, nothing goes down, and it's always 100% if you ever want to take it with you. So that's all I got to say about that for now. I love it. I had a lot of people ask me what I thought. I'm like, love it. All right, so that's it. All right, so we're watching Texas. I told you we're gonna dig deep here into look at my little guy. See you, little guy. Give him an ear. How about an earring? Give him some fingers. All right, so here we go. Let's look at last look at what's going on in the Gulf of Mexico. So some higher resolution models. Euro's starting to show it a little bit. Let's look at Euro. I suspect the afternoon 12Zs are going to be a really good run with modeling, because the main operational ones really aren't picking up on it yet, but the HRR and others are. So here's kind of your week low on the Euro. Not really showing much. This is into Sunday. Very weak. GFS a little more. Winds coming into Texas. I don't think the HRR goes out that far. I just kind of go out a little bit farther. So, there's your HRR kind of starting to show it a little bit more organized. It's got spinach. So that's kind of what it looks like. This is Saturday, 3 p.m. tomorrow. The NAM kind of shows a very broad, similar situation tomorrow. Frontal line gets spinning a little bit tomorrow afternoon, and a little bit of tail end action here. This is Sunday, 4 a.m. So even though our low is going to be somewhere here, we can still see some stuff feeding in off of the Gulf Sunday night, or Saturday night, Sunday morning. But yeah, I tell you, it's going to be tricky. This is Sunday, 2 a.m. That's one look at it. This is, not a lot of winds because it's not predicting it to be too strong. But as far as your overall look goes, let's look at that. A whole bunch of different ways we can look at Texas now and really get into it. The radar for kind of shows what it could look like. And you can kind of see it. You know, I mean, there it is. I'll just put it, you know, I mean, it's not nothing to stress about, but to me, it's always kind of fascinating to watch these little last second mesoscale models be correct here when we got a developing system. This is, you know, this is tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. So, you know, the window is now. And, you know, there's your coastal rains all across Texas. Some of them are going to get back up into Louisiana. But, you know, we'll see. Could be a tight little spinner coming in, you know, close to Corpus Christi there. And it's going to slowly drift across the bottom part of Texas Sunday. So, you know, and then Sunday, even though our core is here, like I said, Sunday we can still see some action rolling in off of the Gulf here Sunday. We'll see. We'll see what everybody's doing for the weekend. Anything good? We got a little softball showcase. Where's my buddy James? He in the chat? I didn't do my highlights yesterday. Leslie, appreciate that. No, they're good supporters of our page, and they love us. And we love them. They do a lot for me. Good friends of mine too. So yeah. So let's see. Let's look at the HRR today. Zoom out. Let's see what we got coming today. It's always fun to see the rainfall. I like to look at the daily. What's cooking here? Where the flow is, and who's getting what, and who's not. Remember, if you're going to the Rays game, I'll be there. Look me up. Do not judge. Especially by the third, probably the sixth inning. Don't judge. All right, so here you go. This is your radar today. We talked about heavy rain across eastern Carolinas. This is early afternoon. We're going to have scattered rains across the upper Gulf all the way down into Texas. This is your frontal line. Second frontal line is going to get a little push out of here. Overnight hours, we could see, so there's really not a lot of rain in the Florida Peninsula today, mainly Panhandle. This is afternoon, so not a lot. A little bit central Florida, it looks like. Most of it's pushing south today, ahead of that approaching front. Tomorrow morning, the only game in town is really whatever's happening over here. Here's the leftover frontal line tomorrow afternoon. So there's your chunky area here across upper Florida, maybe southeast a little bit. There's some more rains in the Louisiana. So there's what's left of our front. By tomorrow afternoon, most everybody north of southern Georgia and north is going to be nice. Dry air. And so there you go. Final little push tomorrow. Rains tomorrow. Question mark. This is Saturday. Saturday. Anyways, how could it be raining in Niceville, Susan? I got a little coffee left. My dang check engine light came on Julie's car. I gotta go take it to Dodge. Car's becoming a little bit of... Hey, Steve Roberts, how you doing, man? Where y'all racing at? You still racing at Brian Davis's place? Let's go Rays, Eric. We got to win, man. Dale, they keep moving the showcase around. Now it's in Spring Hill. It's only one day. We got to win, man. We're starting to lose that wild card spot. Hey, thank you for being a Cat 5. I did a little text this morning. I feel bad about 8 a.m. texts for our Cat 5s because it's like 7 or 6, but I did it anyways. Rick Taylor, have a great weekend. Thank you very much. That dang car has been a headache. Putting a lot of money in it. Radiator went out of it, and then the AC went out of it. I should have bought the damn extended warranty. We joked about it. Karma got me. I should have bought it. Chris Ross says, live music. That sounds fun. Thank you, Loretta Reed. Good morning. Paul, yeah, we got quickies. I might do one here in a little bit. What else did I miss? Judy, Texas getting rain. Yep. Nothing Florida needs to worry about, Paul. Not for a while. Nothing I see is anything to worry about. So that's good. Andrew, race is happening at Daytona. What are you talking about? NASCAR? You talking about NASCAR? Into August? Coming up. Big rain for Eastern Carolinas today, Sindel. Yes. So, all right. Well, hope everybody is doing good. Remember, pay attention to possible little sneaky little system into Texas. Doesn't look like anything to stress about other than rain. Everybody's welcoming the rain. Let's see what they look like for drought down in Texas. Hunter, so cute. He's over. Oh my goodness. Oh man, they could use it. Rain. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Wow. You definitely want something to come your way. That is some serious drought going on in Texas. Holy cow. I do have a Chevy, David. Daytona, yep. Daytona's in January. Or February. Look at that drought map. Man, that is incredible. The amount of drought Texas is under right now. Man. All right, cool beans. Well, it's always fun. I love chit-chatting for an hour. If you got any last second questions, I guess I'll try to catch it. If not, have a great weekend. We will be live Monday through Friday, and if this thing does anything weird, I'll go live tomorrow. I'll let everybody know. We do have a if you are a Brew Crew member, remember we got a Google Calendar link that will be updated if we have any announced lives that are different than normal or cancellations. That way you can set your alarm, and it's just good to have the Google Calendar anyways, because you might forget it's 9 o'clock. So the Google Calendar is fun. We got the link in the Brew Crew, and I usually do the text and text alert to our Cat 5s if we're going live special. So try to do a little extra for all the ones that support us, because remember we're just a one-man band. Like Jimmy Buffett said, it's my summer job. I love it. So, all right. Be good. Cheers. And if you have one for